Hey guys, what's up? Drunon here, back for another weekly update to World of Warcraft Wrath of Lich King Classic, and today I've got some awesome news in terms of gearing for my characters after a few weeks of some bad drop rates and, just general bad luck. So I'm excited to make this video and show you all about those updates and upgrades. First things first, I want to make sure I give a big shout out to Joe Pesci LOL for 6 months continued support on Twitch with the sub. Really appreciate that. And then our first time subscriber, also Debo Lowell. Thank you guys so much. And don't forget, if you want to be a part of the Drew Crew, you can follow me, watch me, subscribe to me on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and a couple other nights during the week usually. And, I just really appreciate the support. And also, we got the YouTube thing going on, but really appreciate those 2 new subs, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully I can see you in the next few weeks as I continue my Wrath of the Lich King Classic journey. So today I want to start off, guys, with my performance, and this is a little bit of a mixed bag. So let's take a look here. All right. So we're starting with my mage, and these numbers are going to look super familiar to you. If you've been following along, you'll know that the only upgrade I made this week was on Patchwork, and I'd been struggling to hit 95 plus on Patchwork, and it's just honestly the main reason is because we have slow kill times in my guild, and I'm not blaming anybody. We just don't have that hardcore of an atmosphere, that's going to get you these 95 parses on a fight like Patchwork because it's super competitive to parse. However, I did manage to get it this week despite having a slower kill than the week before. But after analyzing my logs, I realized that the main reason why I wasn't able to parse well is because I was running out of mana, sometimes not even once but twice. So I managed to coordinate to get an Innervate, and I made sure that we had Judgment of Wisdom on the boss this time, and that prevented me from going out of mana, allowing me to cast more Arcane Blasts, which allowed me to parse better. I still don't think it's unreasonable to parse a 99 ounce. I also think we had some deaths. No, there's no red bar, so no deaths. But anyways, I'm happy to hit this 95. I wish it were higher. I obviously have some mechanical improvements I can make, and overall, I'm happy, guys. But we're just one fight away from being all 95s here. And I do want to say that the reason there isn't improvement here this week, or most of the reason why, is because we did an achievement run, and we just weren't concerned with kill time or clear time. It is what it is. I think next week we're going to go for kill times and parses, which would be nice if we do, because I still have a lot of room to improve, especially if I'm trying to fill this up with 99s eventually. But I really, really need to focus on 4 Horsemen going forward. This is my last purple parse to clear. But overall, happy to clear Patchwork. We'll see how raid goes next week in terms of if I can look to get any of these improvements. It does kind of suck, I will say, because I put in a lot of time analyzing my logs this week, and then I just didn't really get the opportunity to make those improvements because of the achievement run. But it's no big deal. Okay, moving on to the Shaman. Oh, and my total parse average only went from 94.3 to 90. Oh, wait. Did it go to 96? That's not right, is it? I think I had a 96.3 and I went to 96.4. So I only went up 0.1, but it's fine. I put another orange number up there, which I want. Okay, for the Shaman, I didn't actually play very well this week, unfortunately. And again, I need to take personal ownership, which is what I'm doing when I say I didn't play well. However, my guild also, different guild than my mage guild, my guild had a really sloppy run. It was pretty frustrating, actually. I just don't think I think we were missing some key members to the raid. It just felt bad, and I was a little bit frustrated by the end of the run. But it's okay. I performed poorly on Gluth again. Gluth is holding me back from a higher average by a ton. I think I just need to suck it up in level engineering, which, by the way, I have not done yet. Rocket boots out of the tunnel and being able to pre-pot is going to be super important. I also need to double check and make sure that the ads don't count on damage. If they do, I don't know. I need to analyze this a little bit more and figure out what I can be doing better on it. I did okay on everything else, I guess. I didn't do terrible. I did manage to pick up a 97 on Lothab. Last week it was a 88. This is my biggest improvement this week. An 88 to a 97. That one felt really good. I was happy to get that improvement. Obviously, I want to see all of these parses be orange eventually. yeah, and just moving forward to tonight, this video is going to come out in the morning, and then we've got a raid Tuesday night. I'm really hoping to have a cleaner raid environment so I can pick up some more oranges tonight. I'm still aiming for that 95 plus on all of my characters. But yeah, okay, so moving on to the Warlock. Last week, if you guys can remember, this was filled with grays and green parses. And it is not filled with grays and green parses anymore. And if you remember, I said it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect to have an average in the 60s in my second week. The improvement that you make in your first couple of weeks as a fresh 80 is massive. And not only did I improve my gear a lot, I also spent a lot of time analyzing my logs and actually learning how to play a Demonology Warlock. And it paid off, obviously. My average went from, let's see what I have here. Last week, this number was 26.2, and we're up to 76.7. So we went from a gray or a green average to a purple average, a 50.5% improvement. And, I was just really happy. Again, this Warlock doesn't raid in a guild. I've been doing GDKPs with him. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this week. I actually need to tone down my playtime a little bit this week, so I don't know if I'll get raids in on all my characters. We'll see. But yeah, just spending the time learning my proper rotation and setting up a bunch more weak auras, it just really helped me. It was worth the time investment. I spent like 3 to 4 hours doing that stuff. It's really good. And also one more thing to note, even if you toggle, I'm still under geared. This Warlock is still under geared. If you toggle by eye level, it goes to 87.3. And we've got a couple oranges here in here. Mally was a 95 even regardless of eye level. That's actually going to be the fight of the week. I played really well on that one. But toggling that eye level number just says, hey, I'm under geared, and once I get more gear, man, I'm going to be approaching that 90% and then eventually that 95% mark like I do on my mage and my shaman. So really excited to just continue getting gear, and I did get a really good piece of gear in this GDKP, so we'll get to that in just a minute. And then I don't have parses, but I did get my Druid, my Boomkin, to level 80. I managed to run VOA 10-man and VOA 25-man, but I did not manage to run any other raids. You can imagine doing world tours on 4 characters is quite a lot, and I'm not even going to get into how much time that I spent. I will say that my wife was out of town, so I played no lifer for the whole weekend, and I still didn't even manage to get the raids in, so yeah. Okay, let's talk about gear, and I am super excited to be talking about gear this week. So first things first, and we're saving the best for first, honestly. God, I'm so excited. I picked up Turning Tide this week. I finally dropped for our guild. I compete with a Warlock. We're both right up there neck and neck in terms of output. And, I thought it was maybe a toss-up between him and I did manage to grab it. I was using the Oculus staff still, so this was a huge upgrade for me. I went from item level 200 to whatever these average out to, 213, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, obviously couldn't be happier to get the BIS weapon for phase 1. Just really happy. I did manage to pick up the emblem offhand to count to, as my offhand. I don't need the hit, so this is best for me right now. Still obviously looking for Surplus Limb, potentially Matriarch spawn, but I think Surplus Limb is going to be best in the long run. And then I did run a Pug 10-man. I just happened to find a 4200 tank and a 4100 healer, just like OFG, and I was like, hey, I'm 40 whatever 100. Do you guys just want to build a 4K, go as fast as we can 10-man run? And yeah, sure. So we built one, and I managed to pick up not Dying Curse, Embrace of the Spider. Big upgrade for Arcane. So huge. This does change my playstyle just a little bit. I can't pre-pot Potion of Speed anymore because this proc, this 505 haste, is approximately the same as the Potion of Speed, and I was already at 1.03 cast time on my Arcane Blast with Heroism at the beginning of a fight. So I'll be pre-potting Potion of Wild Magic now, and then using Potion of Speed during the fight. But anyways, I'm just super excited to get this trinket. The only downside to getting this trinket is that I still need illustration of the Dragon Soul. That's going to be better moving forward, I think, and I think it's still going to be better for fire. I doubt I'll get that from my guild at this point since I have Dying Curse and Embrace of the Spider. So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll try and run GDKPs for it at the end of the phase if my guild slows down. But overall, super happy, you guys. My gear score, my mage went from 4109 to 4183, and my item level went from 208 to 209. Big stat increases, no buffs, by the way. 2143 spell power now. That is a 263 increase from last week. I did make a couple trades. I'm still 218 hit capped. My crit went down 1%, 1.06% actually. And then I traded 15 haste, 19 mana regen, but I got 120 health, and I traded 84 mana. So a couple tiny decreases and less 1% crit, but 263 spell power is just an insane amount of spell. That's like 5 items worth of regular, or maybe 4. It's like 4 items worth of regular gear. But yeah, guys, mage is looking really good. The only thing, I only need like 6 things now. I need Pennant Cloak if it drops. I need Unsullied Cuffs, and also both of these are from OS 25. I need the ring from KT, and I need the belt from Malygos, and then just a wand. I don't think it really matters which one at this point since I'm already hit capped, so really happy on the mage, guys. Okay, let's swap over to the shaman real quick. Actually, I don't even need to swap over to the shaman. I had another really crappy week. Nothing dropped that was usable for my shaman. It just feels bad, man. This guild that my shaman's in runs GDKP, or not GDKP, DKP, old school, and I have the most. I'm tied for the most in the guild. There's nothing to spend it on. It's not dropping. It's just a bad feeling. My biggest upgrade would be leggings of the Wanton or the Wonton caster. This would allow me to get a new weapon and put on my Abyss shoulders that I have sitting in my bags. No Dying Curse drops, no illustration drops, no just no Pennant Cloak, no Unsullied. Like this, my shaman has pretty much the same Abyss list as my mage, and honestly, just nothing's dropping. So fingers crossed I can spend some of this DKP this week. I don't necessarily care if I spend all of it on one Abyss item. I would just like an upgrade, because it's been stagnant and it's hard to improve. I am improving still, but it's hard to improve without gear upgrades too. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully we can have better luck this week. Okay, and then let's swap over to the Warlock. Okay, we're popped up here. Good. Okay, so Warlock, you guys had base stats last week. Last week he was a fresh 80. This week I really pumped the gear out. Let's see here. I got a few upgrades. I got Hero's Plague Heart Helm, and I think my gloves I bought with emblems, but I got the 4-set bonus here, and this is a huge upgrade for Warlocks. If you can read this, casting Life Tap grants you an additional 300 spirit for 10 seconds, and then I can't remember the amount, but basically spirit turns into spell power. I want to say it's like 50%, or let's see here, there's something in my glyph, I think 20% spirit, and then I think it's 30 in my talents. I can't remember. I'll figure it out, but yeah, basically just casting one rank 1 life tap gives me another 300 spell power or something like that. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, so yeah, I picked up my 4-set. I got this off of KT. I got these from Emblems. I got a Band of Channeled Magic from Emblems of Valor. And I picked up this belt from 10-Man, the Agonal Sash. It's not Bis belt, but it's really strong. Still will probably replace this with the hit belt from Emblems, I think, eventually. Need leggings of the Wonton on this guy, obviously, too. But the big ticket item this week, illustration of the Dragon Soul. Again, my Warlock does run a GDKP, and I managed to pick this up for 8,500 gold. And that sounds like a lot of gold, but this is the Bis trinket, I think, even in Old War. It'll be hard to say yet until we can do sims with the new item level gear that comes out, but there's a good chance I'm going to be using this throughout the entirety of Old War. So that is a solid buy. And then also this GDKP had just as good a luck as my main guild did. By the way, my main guild had Turning Tide, Leggings of the Wanton, I think Pennant Cloak. We had really great caster loot for once, to counteract the several weeks of bad caster loot. My GDKP on this Warlock also had really great caster loot. A Turning Tide drop for these guys. I couldn't afford it. It went for 20k. I did pick this up for 8.5k. Leash of Heedless Magic dropped. I was pretty much broke at that point, so I didn't grab that. But yeah, just it was a really good loot week for except for my shaman. But yeah, really happy to get this illustration, guys. This should last me quite a while. But the good news is, because such good caster loot drop, and they brought some some money makers with us, the split was 7,100. So I actually only spent 1,400 gold net. So I walked away. It was with this and only down 1.4. It's just, I'm super happy. Really looking forward to going back. I don't know if I'll be able to take him this weekend or not, but yeah, guys, big upgrades on the Warlock, and you could see how that worked out in terms of my parses. I had a huge improvement this week. Just super happy. And then before we finish up here, let's just take a look at the Druid to get a baseline for next week. So I did manage to level my Druid to 80, and I spent a lot of times in heroics this week. I did not, unfortunately, really get into raids, but it's no big deal. We'll get in there eventually. And again, raiding on this guy's not going to be my focus this week. If I get in there, I get in there. If I don't, I don't. But we'll just do a real quick baseline for gear. I managed to pick up Battle Map Hide Home. If you're not an engineer, that's your pre-raid bis. I dropped some honor on some PvP gear, including the hit neck. This is a BOE on the auction house. I think I paid like $350 for it. It's not great, but it's good. Death Chill. This was like 250 gold for my mage to make. Managed to pick up these robes out of AN. You'll notice I'm gemmed completely for hit. It is really hard to get hit gear on a Boomkin, apparently. I managed to pick up both pre-raid bis items out of Oculus, the Cuffs of the Wing Levitation, and Staff of Draconic Combat. Emblem Idol here, easy pickup. This is actually a phase 1 bis trinket for 40 emblems, so I picked that up right away. Guys, I've been super lucky on getting these Mark of the War Prisoners. It only took me like 7 tries to get all 4 on my characters. It's crazy. Another PvP item, I picked up the crit ring here, and then BOE Northern Tiers. This is like a dumb amount of hit, 1243 hit on this ring. That's so good. These boots, this might be the best pickup this week. These boots are BOE. On the auction house here, I think I only paid like 400 or 500 gold for these. These are so good. I don't know. I don't think I'm haste soft cap yet, but like, look at the stats on this. Like, and a gem socket. Like, come on. Really great boots. Still working on the leather legs, but these are my consolation prize out of Halls of Lightning. Solid. Again, I'm a little bit geared more towards crit than haste right now, and I think I still need to work towards my haste soft cap. It's going to be above 400. But yeah. Picked up the bis pre-raid belt. I just needed the gem socket and the hit bonus, so we're rocking 32, 36, 30 to 69 hit. Is that 69 hit? 37, 43, 53, 59, 69 hit. Nice. On the belt. And then I need the tier chest and gloves from emblems. I believe Boomkins wear 4 sets, so I got to work on that. I've got some emblems saved up here, so hopefully this week, if I find time to play, I can at least get my 2-piece bonus. But yeah, that is it for the Boomkin. And then in terms of other alts, guys, if you follow along on the YouTube channel, I did not get a chance to do a Let's Play on the Priest. Just super busy playing the Boomkin and the Warlock and all the other characters. I'm going to put a lot more time in on the Priest this week, because I want to start making some comparison videos in terms of casters. So I need all casters to be rating, obviously, to make those videos. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing the Let's Plays and just put a bunch of them out. Maybe I'll try and stream on YouTube. Not totally sure. Excuse me, what I'm going to do. But yeah, other than this guy, I did level my other mage from 16 to 31. No videos of that. I'm just grinding through that as fast as possible, but we're going to pause on pretty much all alts until we can get the priest up a little more. And, well, I guess you'll just see how we do it, but I'm hoping to have this guy 80 pretty quick. Yeah, okay, so let's look at the fight of the week real quick. And it's going to be Malygos. Malygos on my Warlock. So before I press play, guys, and mute myself, I'm really excited about this fight. This is my first orange parse as a Warlock. The unfortunate thing is that nobody really cares about Malygos parses. It's just a weird fight. I'm happy with it, though. I'm happy to have my first orange parse. It was a 98 for my item level, so really dang close to a 99. But yeah, I'll try and jump in on some commentary, but it was just a good fight, man. And this was right after I picked up illustration of the Dragon Soul too. So yeah, here we go. Here's the fight.
When we get to Dragon Phase, we're gonna move to the right. We're going more triangle. All right.
My patience has reached its limit.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, where are we going?
You want to turn them to your right a little bit? Yeah, there you go. You're gonna turn them around. Turn them around. To your right. Go to your right. Go to your right. Go to your right. Alright. Spark's in there. Go ahead and kill it. On the bus. Let it come in more. Let it come in more.
So yeah, just looking back, I mean, I get to look at a couple things that I didn't notice while I was playing. I was pumping at 8k DPS with the double damage buff here, and I wasn't the lowest item level by any means, but I was probably right in the middle of the pack. Again, I know Warlocks are really good, but I mean, I was playing so well comparatively to some other folks in my guild or in the raid here. But this is just a good fight for me. So yeah, here, you know, one thing you want to do if you can is dot up all the people flying and then come back and AE these down. So I did manage to dot everybody up, which just like, you know, helped me pump even more. And then I came back and seeded, trying to pick up damage buffs where I can from the sparks on the ground. But yeah, keeping the dots up here in this phase, pushing this phase quickly into phase 3, and then playing phase 3 cleanly is really what pushed me into the 95. So yeah, just overall really happy. There's obviously some mechanical mistakes. I cast a couple Incinerates without Immolate up, and I cast Shadow Bolts when I had Incinerate procs. I also continually forget to start with Curse of Doom and start with Curse of Agony. You know, I still have a lot of room to improve on this guy, and I'm really excited to do it, to get up there in those 95s. So going into phase 3 here, one thing that will help your DPS is on the very first cast, instead of going 1-1-2, You
Let's
should
go. This is a good fucking fight. I'm doing really well, I think. I guess we'll find out, but it feels like I'm doing really well.
Turns out I was doing really well. So you want to start with 1, 2, and then if you're good, if you're close to the boss, you can do another 1, 2. I think I did a 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 here. But getting that first stack on while you have a lot of energy, it just keeps your stacks up. And you'll notice I think I was one of the 3 people who had the highest stacks throughout the entire fight. Oh, I even had a misclick there too, which didn't really matter.
I'm an idiot.
I see, yeah.
Oh, I got it.
It was close, but because of my
I'm not doing
misclick,
that.
I was the first person to 3 stacks. And then I think from here on out, I have the highest stacks throughout the rest of the fight. If your healers know what you're doing, you don't really need to use your defensives. And I think you'll notice that I don't use my defensives here because we have good healers.
Not doing it.
Yep. Yeah, I only dropped down to like 50% because we have good healers. So just keep pumping if you trust your healers. If you don't, you're going to want to use your defensive. I did lose my... I didn't lose anything, but I was top stacks. But then I ended up being second. There's a guy who hits 8 like 1 second before me now. And then as we approach the end of the fight, you don't want to keep stacking all the way to the end. And I can't remember what I did here, but it's kind of hard. You just have to know you have to do it a lot. But at some point, you want to stop stacking and just spam 1 as Mally goes down. You can get like 5 or 6 1 casts in with your highest stacks and just do a lot more damage right there at the end. But let's see what I did. I think maybe that was my last stack. No, it wasn't.
I think one more and then I just pump. This is the last
Okay,
one.
that's the last one. So I should have done it 1 more.
I should have done just one less, actually.
I knew it even right when I did it. But yeah, towards the end, you don't need to worry about your stacks. You just want to get as many ones off while you're high, and then just pump that last little bit towards the execution. But yeah, guys, that was the fight. Again, super good raid on my Warlock. Really happy with the outcome. Really happy with the loot. Happy with my gold. So before we head out here, guys, just a couple more things. So I'm changing the format just a little bit. Instead of doing a to-do list, it's a little tedious, it's a little boring. I'm just going to go weekly goals. So I'm scrapping the to-do list, a recap of the goals, and then next week's goals. So I did 20 raids out of the 17 I had planned. I did extras on my Shaman and on my Mage. I did not get OS 10 main in on my Warlock because I joined a scuffed raid. Make sure the people leading the pugs that you join know what they're doing. Check their logs. If they don't have that kill, maybe that run is not worth going on. Just a tip. But anyways, for this upcoming week, here's what I want to do. I want to work on my priest a lot. Whether that's Let's Plays or streaming on YouTube. I want to try and get him to 51 before the weekend so I can level him in AV because I found that to be a fun way for me to level. I want to do... I need to cut down on my playtime just a little bit this week. So I'm probably only going to do 25 mans on my Shaman. I don't know if I'll do 10 mans. If I do, it'll probably just be Malagos because I need the boots. I will probably just do 25 mans on my Mage. I don't know if I'll do a 10 man axe or not. The only thing I need from there is Wand of the Archlich. I don't know if it's worth it to run a whole 10 man just for KT loot off 10 man. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to do any raids on my Warlock this week. Again, I just need to take some time off. And I might just try and do 10 mans on the Druid instead. I currently have 12,500 gold. I'd like to get that up to 15 gold before I bring my Warlock back up for GDKPs next week and potentially my Druid as well. But yeah, so we'll check in on those goals next week when we come back. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Don't forget, I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then sprinkle in a couple other nights during the week on Twitch, twitch.tv/Drunon. And if you like these videos, please obviously make sure to like and subscribe and come back next week. We're going to have some more content sprinkled in this week than we did last week, and it's going to be priest-related content. We need to get that Shadow Priest to level 80 ASAP so we can start making caster comparison videos. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and good gaming.